Hey, Robert P, right in the house, right away. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Yeah, I've been working. Just figured let me get on with you guys for a little while and show you the progress that we made. Melissa, my mod in the house. How you doing? Oh, yeah. I know you had a great week. I hope you're recovering, Melissa. I hope you're recovering. 30 and frost Tuesday. I know. It's cold today. Yesterday I was out, no sleeves, no nothing. Got a little sun. Now today, I got to tell you, it's chilly. It's chilly. I didn't even want to shave. I wanted to make sure that I had a little coating on me. Woo, woo. Yeah, no, hey, this is why I can't plant. This is one of the reasons you can't plant until you've got the weather somewhat consistent. It's got to be. Thank you for the Go Popular. I was just going to ask. Oh, Melissa. Yeah, we got to get a lot of those Go Populars today. Hey, I just want to say here that we're back, all right? This is Farm to Table to Soul, Season 2. And we're now, I think, in our 15th episode already. And all we've been doing is prepping up. For those of you who were here last year for Farm to Table to Soul, you know what it's all about, all right? But many of you, you're new here. So let me just tell you. The reason we call it Farm to Table to Soul is not because it's a big farm or that Uncle Glenn has, acres of property or chickens and goats and what else they have on the farm? Pigs and cows and stuff. Nothing. I got none of that. All I got is a bunch of ambulances. I got motorcycles. We got police cars, we got people bonking horns, a lot of noise here. But this is my place that I come to get into the garden, all right? This is where I find my solitude, all right? And we're going on Season 2. And I know that many of you really liked it. And we're getting back to basics because last year, we started in May of last year. It'll be 1 year next month. We started. We had less than 200 people. And we grew to over 38,000 in a pretty short period of time. So there's one reason for that, and that's because of you. And that's because you like what we do. So if you're new here, I encourage you to follow because we have a whole new season coming up, and we got a lot to do. So today, we started the soil about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And I started my plants this year from seed. All right, we're starting from the seed. I did it for two reasons. Number one, I never did it before. I'm not a farmer. I'm not an agriculturist. All right, all I am is Uncle Glenn, trial and error, learning, doing what he loves to do. All right. But the second thing is that I never started plants from seeds. And when I went to the nursery last year, the plants were like $4 a piece. This year, they're up to $5.99 for one plant. What? So I got myself a pack of seeds, a couple of packs. We've got some soil, and we started from seed. And so those of you that have been joining us and following us along here, you know. All right? And I got to show you the progress we made. This is going to be such an amazing harvest this year. It's going to be so great. We're going to have a ton of tomatoes. I might even have to put a stand outside and let it. That's how many we're going to have. And in order to accommodate those tomatoes, I'm expanding the garden. So I started yesterday, I took some of the fencing down, I took my rototill, and I started to cut more garden out. I'm going to show you that. We're going to do more of that today. All right? So before we get going and I get to work, all right, anybody have any questions or anything for me before we get to the back? I'm going to bring you back there. Hopefully we got some good reception. And you know, basically that's going to be it. But I haven't seen a lot of you. I know we've been a little quiet, but where am I from? I'm from New York. I'm in New York. I'm in the outskirts of New York City over here. I'm on a main road. All right, this is farm to table to soul. This is not a big farm. It's just a little plot of land that I cut out to make my garden so that we could grow things here, harvest it, bring it up to the table, cook with it, and then sit down and enjoy a meal with family and friends and sometimes strangers. And that's what we do on Farm to Table to Soul. First season was last year. Went from 200 to 38,000. Now, season 2 starting, and I want you to be able to be part of this family. Follow, share, and join the fan club. That's all I ask you, nothing else. I'll do all the work, all right? Sean, of course I can shout your name out, Sean. Why not? Of course. Sean, did you hit that follow button? Come on, huh? All right, there. Hey, Sean, I want you to see something here. I want you to see what kind of family we got. Family, we just met Sean here. Sean just became, let me be his uncle. He's my nephew now. Let's greet Sean and tell him, show him what we do here. We're positive, we're loving, we're encouraging. We care about one another here. And Sean, everybody that's on here now is going to take 1 second. They don't know you, you don't know us, but this is what we do. We welcome and we love on you, all right? So you just made a great decision by hitting that follow button, Sean, all right? All right. Enough of my chit-chat here. Let's welcome Sean in. Met Chef. Hello, Met Chef. See, Met Chef, even the Mario saying hello to Sean. Look at this, Sean. All right, look at this. You're loved already. You're loved. You're part of the family. Hey, Greg. Greg, listen, Greg, I get it. Not everybody's on TikTok. All right, we're not on here all 24/7. All right, but when you come by and I see you, I appreciate, number one, everyone's time. Uncle appreciates your time. All right, that's the first thing. You hit that follow button, you hit the likes, you follow, you share, and you join the fan club. I'm a happy guy. I'll do all my work. I'll do everything I can. Last thing, for those of you just coming by, this is season 2 of Farm to Table to Soul. The farm part, Uncle Glenn's garden. That's it. No acres of land, no cows, no chickens, no goats, no nothing. Just a lot of cars, a lot of noise, a lot of ambulances, a lot of motorcycles. That's it. All right? That's the farm part. We harvest from here, from the soil. When we go, we harvest from here and we go upstairs to Uncle Glenn's kitchen. And then we cook together. That's the table part. And then the soul part, well, that's the best part. The soul part is when we harvest from the garden, we cook for the table, and then we sit down, we share a meal with family and friends, people we don't know. So I want to be your uncle, and I want you to be my niece or my nephew, and be part of this ever-growing 38,000 people community. All right? That's it. I said my spiel. We're getting to work. We're expanding the garden. All right? Anybody have any questions before I get working? Other than that, some of you will be bored by it. But for those of you that want to watch and be a part of this, hang out. And if you do go, come back. I'll be on for about an hour here. That's it. Not a long one. Now later, I might be on the other platform live doing my cooking. I'm going to do a short cook tonight because I'm going out with the guys tonight. All right, I got some of the boys I got to meet later. All right, but I'm going to prep for tomorrow. So I'm either going to prep here with yous, or I'm going to be doing it on my other platform that I go to. I'm Uncle Glenn, number 2, everywhere. That's Uncle Glenn with 2 N's and the number 2. All right? Got it? Hello, Unc. Got a text from you. Ah, yeah. Hey, Johnny. Ah, okay, Uncle Mozzarella. Hey, Danny, you could call me Mozzarella. I've been called a lot of other names. So, oh, look at this look at this. Look at this, Chef Firecracker, little wing, yeah, Chef Firecracker here. I tell you, it makes me so happy seeing all of you. Just makes me really happy. All right, I'm going in the back. I'm gonna have a little beverage, and I don't have my coffee out here. I have my cooler drink that I drink. All right. Hey, by the way, anybody that is interested, Uncle Glenn he's got a showcase and he has a shop talk. So if you see something that I'm using that you like, check it out. I got a lot of videos I just posted on the tools that I use. I don't promote things unless I use them. All right. And so you're going to see what I'm going to be using today. And one of them I just got done using. I was on my bench, but we'll look at that later. All right, let's go take a peek and let's get set up back here. All right, this is what I did yesterday. We expanded the garden. I took down a lot of the fencing. All right, I'm gonna put you here for now so that I can show you what I did so far. All right? We had fencing, if you remember, for those of you that have been on here, all right? We had the fence line across here. And then we had a little section right there. I took all the fencing down, all of it. And I'm expanding the garden to where all of that table and everything else is. I'm working it. Now, I'm using a rototiller that I bought. All right? This is what I used to do this entire garden this year. All right, normally I can't show you the name because I'm not on a promotional live. But you know, if you go into my showcase, if it's something you need, you can see it. I put my battery in. It's a great little tool. It cost me $250 every year to have a guy come and rototill this garden. And he would come once. And then after he left, I still had to use the shovel and the rake. So I bought one of these for less than $100, and it's been terrific. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be rototilling this area right here, okay? This is a battery operated, all right? And all this does, I'm breaking up the grass roots that are in here. This was all grass yesterday, and we started doing it yesterday. Okay? And now, I mean, this thing will dig a nice hole. Trust me. All right? I'm going to bring you a little closer so you guys can see. All right? Can you hear me? Just remind me of Victory Garden on Saturday afternoon on PBS. Okay? You guys can hear me while I'm doing that back there? I'll bring you a little closer. I just want to make sure that we still got reception. All right? So, and here's what I got to do. See this grass? This grass was all the way over there yesterday, and we just rototilled it out, and I'm going to continue to do that. All right? So I know this isn't the most exciting thing. So if you need to swipe away, I get it, but come back. All right? This is expansion of the garden. All right? We're making the garden bigger because I got a lot of plants to put in here. And this garden right now is probably, I'm going to say, well, 8, that's 8, 16, 24, 32. It's about 50 feet long. And it's about 16 feet wide, roughly. So it's a good sized garden, all right? And we're making it a little bigger because I don't have enough room. So I'm gonna be doing some work here. And this is a good little machine. I gotta tell you, it's a little workhorse. It's ripping the roots of the grass right out right now. All right, and this is phase number 1, and that's getting the grass root out. Then I'll work on it after that. I'll be raking it out. All right, it's actually ripping. It's doing work. It's a good little workhorse, I gotta say. And then we're gonna treat the soil after that. After that, we're gonna add peat moss to it. We'll add some cow manure to it. And, you know, it'll be, I'll have the soil, we'll have a good experiment, I can tell you. You'll be able to see how well it takes. I gotta tell you, it saved me a ton of money. It's less than $100. And I can use it all season long. I've used it already to get around some plants. I'm expanding my garden. Just a great tool, I gotta say. All right, now I'm getting into the tough part here. This is the grass. And this right here is the hard part. So, let me get my rake first of all, and I want to rake through some of what we just did, okay? If you see, I'm pulling the grass that was just cut out, and I'm trying to get it on the top because I don't want it to root again. So as long as I'm pulling the grass and the dirt is going to drop. The grass is going to come to the surface, all right? If I leave this, grass is very, very resilient. Very, very resilient. So even though I just did this here, if I don't get that grass on top where it won't be able to take root, it'll grow right back. And so I've had to stay on the garden. Sometimes you got to do it for a very long period of time. But eventually you win. How deep did it go? Well, I'll tell you. I'd say we're in about 10 inches at least. 10 inches is the first pass. Now I could go deep. I'll show you. You want to see? I'll show you. Let me ask you something, all right? Scott, why do you want a picture of me? I don't understand. Scott keeps asking for a picture of me. Come on. I mean, my wife don't even want a picture of me. Come on. Scott, you're a blast. I love you. You crack me up, man. All right. So let's see how, here. All right, here. I'm just taking that like that. Now, I don't want to dig a hole here. I'm going to level this all off when I'm done. All right, I'm going to level it all off. But for now, yeah, I'm just sprucing up. I'm expanding the garden. I'm expanding the garden here. That's what we're doing. All right, so, all right. I'll show you how deep it could go. All right, look. Now, I could do this one-handed with this. All right, one-handed. And you want to see how deep it could go, give it a little pressure. Look, a little bit of pressure. I mean, I could dig a hole over here. if I wanted to. But I don't need to go that deep. See how deep I'm going here? I did that to show you. But you don't need to go that deep. All right, and I'm going to be working on this. When I'm done, this soil will be as good as the rest of my, that's sand, yeah. Go do it, it's yeah. It's, this is, it will be sandy. Well, listen, I'm not far from the beach. So everywhere you are, okay, you have to know your soil in order for you to get that soil to work for you and for your plants. The soil that's here is different than the soil that's upstate New York. The soil that's here is different than the soil in Florida. The soil that's here is different than the Oregons. All right? So some soils are better than others for different purposes. Now, the soil out on Long Island is sandy. It's great for potatoes. All right? And it's great for grapes. And it's great for certain things. So preparing your soil, you need to do it. You need to know what nutrients it may be missing. All right? So you have clay, red clay soil in Georgia. See, I'm not an agriculturist and I'm not a farmer. All I am is a guy that does trial and error. And I learn that while I'm doing my trial and error, I see what works and what I need to add to my soil. So I've learned that by me adding peat moss to my soil, and early in the season I use manure, and I use grass clippings. And that is basically how I treat my soil. Now, I will treat the plants with different things. Some of the plants, when I want the root system to be strong, you'll notice, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to show you my mess of a yard that I have. But I'm going to be utilizing this mess and I'm letting it grow for a purpose. Okay? You see this grass that's growing here? See the grass growing? And you notice I have not cut it yet. Notice I have not cut it yet. Notice I have not cut it yet. I'll probably be cutting it in the next couple of days. But the reason I'm letting this grow is two reasons. Number one, the root system in your lawn, as tall as it gets, is how deep your root goes. So some people right off the bat cut their lawn all the way down. I don't do that because I found that you get a stronger root system when you let it initially grow long. Now, that's one reason. The second reason is I'm going to take all of those grass clippings and I'm going to be bringing them into this garden and I'm going to be laying it all over the soil. And I'm going to turn it into the soil, even before I plant my tomatoes. Yes, you could add grass clippings right now. I add them all year long. Let me explain to you. At the end of the season, after I ripped all the plants out, I went around and I got as many grass clippings as I could from people that were putting them out front. I'm like the grass clipping bandit. All right? And I laid it out. And that was for the winter. And what did that do? It protected the soil and it broke down. So that when I got to rototill it just a couple of weeks ago, that was like mulch. And I mulched it in on my first round of rototilling. Then I'm going to be adding it again after I treat my soil with all the peat moss, with the the cow manure, and I'll add the grass clippings. And I'm going to rototill it again. And I let it sit. Now, when you put your plants into the ground to have them grow, your transplants, all right? What you do is you get grass clippings and just take a couple of handfuls, not on the plant, but around the plant. The green grass clippings around the plant, all right? And you want to put it on the walkway that you're walking through, that's fine too. As it breaks down, it releases nitrogen. Nitrogen is what the plant needs to grow strong, to develop a root system. So for the first month and a half, I'm putting down grass clippings. The second thing that does, it works as a mulch, and it works to hold the moisture into around the soil. All right? That's the second thing it does. The third thing it does is that as it breaks down, as it's laid down, it retains the heat. It keeps your soil warm. So it's doing three things. It's releasing nitrogen, it builds root system, it's helping to mulch around the plant to retain moisture, and the third thing, it keeps your soil warm. And it breaks down, and you can just turn it right into the soil. It's one of the things that people do not use, and I use all the time. And you'll see my plants, they're strong. Now, when you get into the season, and now you're at the point where your plants have grown, you've already pruned them, you've staked them, and now they're starting to flower. All right? That's when I lay off the grass clippings. I stop putting grass clippings around the base of the plant. I still use them in the walkway, but I don't put them around the base. Why? Because if you just continue to add grass clippings and you get too much nitrogen in the soil, you're going to have huge plants, but you won't have flowers. You won't have a lot of fruit. You need to be able to know what helps the plant, like tomatoes. Tomatoes, the nitrogen, the grass clippings, root system, strength and growth. Then I stop. That's when I bring out my banana peels. And I'll start saving them now. I take the banana peels, I cut them up, and I put them in a jar. I have a couple of jars. And I add brown sugar, and about in a gallon or 2-gallon container, I'll add a quart of water. So water, brown sugar, and banana peels. And I let it sit in the sun and ferment. I'll know it's fermenting when you start seeing the bubbles. Then I add, before I'm going to use it, I dilute it, fill the rest of it up with water. Then I take it and I pour it around the base of the plant once a week. What does that do? It adds potassium to your plant. And it encourages the plant to flower and produce more fruit. Okay? So, hey, if you're just stopping by, all right, hit that follow button. Let me be your uncle. All right, family, this is Farm to Table to Soul. All right? This is Uncle Glenn's, not a big farm, even though that's the name of it. We're in season 2. This is just my garden. It's my place that I come for solitude. There's no cows, no chickens, no goats, no pigs, no nothing like that. And it's not a big garden. Farm. All right? And the only thing I have around here are a lot of ambulances, sirens, motorcycles, people beeping horns. I'm on the outskirts of New York City. All right? But when I come here, this is where I work. This is where I come for solitude and peace. All right? That's the farm part. The table part is when we harvest from this garden. We take the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs, and we bring it to the kitchen. That's the table part. And then we cook together, all right? And we've done that. And then the soul part, that's the best part. That's when we harvest from the garden, we cook for the table, and we sit down and share a meal with family, friends, and people we don't know. That's Farm to Table to Soul, and we are in season 2. So if you're just new here, hit that follow button, all right? And you watch, you hit that follow button, let us know you followed. This family is so encouraging and loving. You watch how they greet you, all right? All right, back to work. First, let me get a sip. I need a little focus, a little energy. So, I've been drinking these instead of coffee out here because my coffee gets cold. And I can't show you the label, but this stuff's great. Gives you clarity, focus, and it gives me energy to get through doing what I'm doing. All right? It's got a lot of vitamin B in it. It's got a probiotic in it. It's in my showcase. So if anybody's interested, you can go to my showcase. Everything I use, I show you. I can't show you labels. I can't tell you what it is, but it's there. And I got videos on it as well. I mean, listen, it has a purpose. It's not a kind of beverage that I'm going to sit down and have a meal with. All right? Not that kind of beverage. It's a beverage that's going to give me some energy. It's going to give me some focus. It gives me, helps me get the job done. It's like drinking coffee. The only thing is, I don't get a crash. And it works. It works. I drink like half a can, I put it aside. Okay. Let's get back to work here. And we're gonna do a little more. I want to get that grass that's in the back there all kind of done. All right? All right, now that's the hard part right there. All right, this grass that you see here, right here, that grass was all here. And I used this rototill to rip the roots out, and it did a great job. And now this one, you can't, if you don't push down on it, it's great for aerating your soil, your lawn. So if you're gonna be seeding your lawn, you take this, don't press down on it. Just let it rip up the old crabgrass like this. Watch, I'll do that first. All right, watch. Light, 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 nice and light. Okay, all that's doing is ripping up that crabgrass right there. Okay, now you can put seeds down. All right, I used it already. It works great for that. Okay, now I do want to rip the roots out of here. So I'm gonna now put a little pressure on it. Not a lot, little. The tool does the job. Watch. Now it's ripping the roots out. Now I'm pulling it. I'm just pulling it. It's not, I'm not doing the work. All I'm doing is guiding it where I want it to be. Okay? Works pretty quick. Now I got some bricks here, so I'm going right along the bricks. Battery operated. Each battery lasts about, I mean, I'm giving it, I'm working it. So each battery alerts about a half hour. The other one is charging. No gas. It's nice and light. Even a kid could do this. Okay? Getting those roots, that's the hard part. Ripping those roots out. I'll tell you, I did all this by hand. I used to turn, like if I wanted to make a new garden, I got a shovel and cut about 2 inches deep and cut the whole top of the lawn off, lift it, carry it. This just makes the job just so much better, all right? And we're expanding the garden. So I'll be able to get, with what I'm doing here, I could probably get another, I'm not sure what I'm going to use this section for. Whether I'm going to put peppers or cucumbers or string beans or expand the tomatoes, I'm not really sure yet. I'll tell you, it works great though. Really, really works great. The reason I'm going over here is I got to put a fence. So I want to soften that dirt up right there. All right? Now, I'll get my rake. I'm going to get the big rake. Hold on. And we're going to pull some of that grass over. All right? This way I can get a better feel. Look at that. All we're doing is now pulling the grass to the top. Okay? You got to have the right tools. You have the right tools, the job can be nice and easy. All right? And all I'm doing right now, the grass we just chopped up, now I'm not getting rid of it because it'll actually work as a mulch, but I want to make sure that the roots have all been taken out. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm bringing all the grass to the top and letting the soil drop. Okay? And by doing that, we're going to keep it from rooting. And the grass that we just chopped up is going to be now nothing more than mulch. It'll work like grass clippings in your soil. All right? But if it has a root and it's too deep, it's going to grow again. I'm trying to prevent that as best that I can. Okay? Now I see some that's still rooted. Okay? But this helps me take a look. Now I can see what we got. All right? And you can see what we got. Okay? I mean, it didn't take long. This would have taken me a day to do by hand with a shovel. All right? Now, it's still work, but it's not overwhelming amount of work. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. All right? But if you love it, it's not work at all. All right? It's not work at all. Okay, I'm trying to level it off a little bit right now. Turn the rake around, pull the soil, turn it around, pull the grass. Okay? Okay, good. See how it's rolling off? That grass on the top is coming to the top. I want it out. That's where I want it. Okay? Right there. Like that. And this is going to lay in the sun, and that'll probably burn off. And I just got to make sure it doesn't take root. Now, this right here is still rooted. So I'm going to go back over that. Pull it up. See? That was hidden. When I get done with this soil, it's going to be great. Really, really good. So, we started this yesterday, and I'm just about done. 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 I'm done for today. Ripping the soil out and getting that done. All right? We expanded the garden. The garden was like this yesterday. Okay? I'll show you what we did. The garden yesterday ended here. This fence came along. All right? And I decided to expand it. I took the fencing down, and this is what we did. We picked up probably 4, 8, I would say we picked up probably 20 feet of garden space by doing that, which is a lot. All right, considering that when I plant, I want to make sure that the tomato plants are not so close that they're touching each other. I want them enough away, because if you get any kind of blight or any kind of bacteria on one plant, it will transfer to the other. Now, the blight actually, you guys have seen it where your tomato leaves just kind of, they get all these spots on it and they dry up and fall off. That's blight. And so it's actually carried with the wind. So you've got to, that's why treating it regularly, I had a hard time with it last year. And part of the reason was that the previous winter, instead of ripping out all of the plants, in my head, like I said, it's all trial and error for me. All right? Over the years, I always left the plants, let them die, and then I worked them back into the soil. And then I realized why I had such a big problem last year. Because if the plants, even though they died, the bacteria survives. The fungus survives. And so by rototilling it or breaking it down into the soil, I've already started my plants with an exposure to bacteria and fungus. So this past year, I made sure I took out every single plant that was, once it was done with the harvest and they were finished, unless it was an herb, I took it out. And I'll show you the herbs that are left that survived the winter. I'm going to show you now. All right? All right, these are, I had a couple that I left. This is parsley right here. I was actually harvesting this in the snow. All right? I've got another parsley right here. I have oregano right here. I have more parsley right here. And I didn't plant these this year. This is all from last year, surviving through the winter. Snow covered. Had a strong root system. That's what enabled it to grow. All right? I have some rosemary that looks like it's dead. It's not. The branches are green. So this rosemary will come back. Even though it doesn't look like it right now, it will come back. Then I have some sage right here. And we have some catnip right there. Cats love this. Okay? And then I have some garlic. This is all from last year. And I was able to rototill around it and not rip it all up. So we're going to harvest this garlic too. I'm looking forward to that. And then I see there's another garlic that's coming out right there. And it's got mint right behind it. Okay? So that's basically my work with you on this live. I'm going to probably do a little bit more. I'm going to just have a little chit chat with you. And let's talk about where we're going from here. All right? So, you hear the horns? You'll hear a lot of them over here. Horns, sirens, motorcycles, police cars. Yep, we got it all. Okay. You know, I'm not even out of breath. And that little that thing that I drank, I'm ready to go. I can go another round at least. All right. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Oh, Queen J, great to see you. Yeah, it's going to be a nice harvest. I think we're going to have a good garden this year. Oh, you like the beard, huh? Look at this on my head. Who said that? Queen J, will haunt me? Oh, no, that's Melissa with the clown boogie. Hey, you know, I like to feel the part. So I knew I was going to be working in the garden for the few days. So I said, you know what? I ain't shaving. Now, tonight, I got to shave. I'm going out with the boys. You know, we don't, you know. Yeah. So tonight, I'll make the boof nice. I got to shave. We'll put a little color. You know, we do it all. I get the hair blow dry. Yeah. Put on a little, you know. So, but, hey, there's my age. Not colored. All right? The whole thing is like, I mean, I'd be white as a ghost. But I don't care. You think I care? I tell you. I tell you everything. I tell you guys everything. Super ED teacher. Yes. Yes. Thank you for the heart, me. Boom. Yeah, Queen J. Listen, I appreciate the Gold Populars. If you're new here, all right? We're going to be getting off in a couple of minutes. But if you're new here, let me just tell you what this is. Could everybody do a little invite? And let's get a few people on here. Hit those Go Populars because it'll explode it. All right? The Go Populars tells the analytics that, or the algorithm, it tells it that this is a good community that people like when you hit the Go Populous. When you hit the heart means, it means that the creator that you are sending the heart, it means that you like the creator. So I'm very curious, and I want the community to be the focus. The community is always the focus, not me. I love the heart me's because I love you guys right back. And they help me. They help the analytics, they do. But the algorithm, when you send those Go Populars, and they get a lot of them, they blow it up. They send it out. What, a FYP or something? I don't even know what it stands for. I'm learning the lingo. I have no clue what it means. All right? So, so I'm going to tell you, for those that are just coming on, when they come on, if you invited somebody, ask them to hit that follow button. All right? But here's what it is. This is season 2 of Farm to Table to Soul. Now, I know many of you that know this have heard this before. But for those of you who have never heard it, this is for you. Okay? This is season 2. Last year, by accident, I was in my garden doing what I was doing, and I always shot videos, you know, little videos, but I'm no editor. I don't know how to edit. So I'd always ask my daughter, hey, do me a favor, could you edit this for me? And after about, she had enough of it. She goes, Dad, come here. Dad, just get your, and she bought me this tripod thing, all right, to put my phone on. So she took my phone, she put it on the tripod, and stuck my phone on there. And she said, Dad, just do what you're gonna do, you're going live. I said, what? What are you talking? What do you mean live? I'm alive. She goes, no. So she hits this button here on Tic Tac. I'm just doing what I always do. I'm cleaning, I'm doing, and I come by and I start seeing all this, all right? I start seeing people asking questions and what's going on here? I start talking to them. Well, they said, what is it, Farm to Table to Soul? What is it? I said, well, the farm part is not any big farm. It's just my garden. I just call it my farm because, you know, I would always love to be a farmer. I'd love to know what farmers know, how to take care of all the different vegetables, what they need, how to take care of animals, you know, getting up in the morning and having to care for the land. You know, that to me is, I mean, I love it. So I called it farm, and then the table, I got in the garden, and the table part came about. I was on here. We went from 200 people, I think the first month. As soon as I got to 1,000 people, it like blew up to like 20,000 in like 6 weeks. And so I showed them what I do. And I took some a zucchini and we brought it upstairs, and I brought my tripod up there. I put it and I started cooking. With yous, all the yous. And it blew up. And that's farm to table. Farm is the garden. We harvest from the garden and we bring it upstairs to the kitchen. Not a fancy kitchen, it's my kitchen. All right, and we cook with it. And then, when we're done, I share a meal, the soul part, with family or friends, people we don't know, all right? I share my meal with you guys all the time, and I don't know anybody, nobody, all right? So, that's what it is. And I've loved every minute of it. And we have met some amazing people. My mods, I mean, you want to know generosity with their time, their effort. I mean, they're some of the biggest gifters. And these are the people that do the most. Just so wonderful. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you for that, Hartney. I mean, that's great. I mean, my mods deserve to be called out here. Melissa, who you see on here, Melissa McAllister, who's on today, taking care of things. We have Kit Kat, who's always on. She has some issues going on. VJ had an operation yesterday, so she's recovering. We have Dirt Road Hustler, who's Cole. All right, he's on. Doc Chaos Beats, him. We got Tracy, who is, Tracy comes on, everybody knows about it. She lights this room up. All right, we have Ducks for Dementia. Young boy, not on much, but he's our mascot, so to speak. All right, great young man. Canuck Tales, our Canadian sister, who was one of the first also, really helpful. But she takes care of animals, and she's also has a job. So, but anytime they can, they're here. Mo, No Breaks Mo, another one. Great guy. No breaks. I love him. He cracks me up. I might have missed some, but for most part, we have a great group of people. And then the family, loyal people that are always on here. You got, Sarah's on all the time. You got Mike. You got Francis. You have Kathy Smith. We got, I don't even want to start because Deborah. We have, just every time I see the name, that's what, Robert P. How could I forget? Met Chef. These people just come on and they're always on. I don't know if there's, I don't know. I almost wonder if I got a camera in my house. Because they know when I'm going on. Bam, they're there. They're there. So, really, really good place. And I'm very thankful for all of you. All right. And I want to show you something before we get out of here. All right. Because I have to go. And if I'm going to do a cooking video, I got to go get cleaned up. I got to shave. I get ready for going out. I'm going out tonight. So the cooking video is going to be more on prep. I got to make garlic oil. I got to make, I'm going to make some pizza dough. I may make a pie dough. I'm going to do prep work today. And then tomorrow I'll be cooking probably a nice meal. All right. So if you guys want to come on with me later, I may not be here. I may do the live somewhere else, which I've been starting to do now on another platform. I can't tell you the name, but you know where it is. I'm Uncle Glenn with 2 N's, number 2. So if you do see me there, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you say hello, all right? Or the follow button, whatever it is, all right? I can't name it because I get in trouble, but you know, all right? See this thing I'm sitting on? I did a few videos. It's cloudy here, yeah. Cloudy and cool. All right, not cold, but cool. All right, not like it was yesterday or the day before. It was in like mid-70s, high 70s. It was beautiful. Today's nice. I'm not complaining. Great day to do work. I'm not sweating my brains out. You're gonna see Uncle Glenn looks like a, hold on a minute. Let me get these papers. All right. I don't want these all blowing around. All right, so I want to show you something before we're out of here. All right? See this? This is the bench that I use to talk to you guys and sit in my garden with. All right? Can't tell you the name, but I got to tell you about it because I've had it 6 years. It's a little rusty, this one. My daughter got it for me for Father's Day about 6 years ago. And the reason that she got it for me, she always saw me in the garden. All right? Now, you want to hear a little story? I'm going to tell you a little story. All right? So, she saw me in the garden. She saw me struggling sometimes. And nothing's going to stop me, because in the garden, I got my first plant from my father. He had a tomato patch, and he had probably about 30 tomato plants going. And he would go out there, and one morning, I don't remember how old I was. I had to be like 7, maybe 7 years old. I don't remember. And he said to me, "Son, put your shoes on and come outside." "All right, Dad." So I walked out and went in the backyard where he had the tomato patch. And he walked me over and he pointed out, I'll never forget it. It was the one tomato plant that was right in the front of the garden, right to the right corner. And he said, "Son, see that plant?" "Yeah, Dad." "That's yours." "Oh. Okay." And it was only like that big. This is when they first started. He first had them in. He said, "That's yours." Okay. You know, I didn't think anything of it. Well, what do you want me to, okay, what do I do? He goes, "You got to take care of that." I said, "But Dad, what do you mean take care of it? You're going to figure it out." So every morning my dad would go out. He'd take care of the plants. I'd go out there and I'd watch what he was doing. Sometimes I didn't even know. And then it started to grow. And he said, used to just remind me in the morning, "Hey, son, how's your plant?" I ran out. "See, water it?" I gave it water. And I start seeing this thing growing. And as it's growing, I'm watching it. And I'm starting to learn that how it, grew, and I never even gave it a second thought. But what it taught me was I, for the first time, learned what responsibility for someone or something was. A plant. And it taught me that it was up to me to keep that plant alive, to keep that plant growing. He didn't tell me, "This is your responsibility." I learned it. And it became something that every day I made sure I went out there and I watered my plant. And then one time, as it got bigger, I never did anything else. I had weeds all around it. And his didn't have any. And then one day he said to me, "Son, what is that all around your plant?" I said, "I don't know. Other plants." And he said, "Well, I take those out all the time." And I said, "Why? Why are you taking them out?" "Because they're weeds. And the weeds are going to take all of the food away from your tomato plant. They're taking it away from your tomato plant, those weeds. They're taking all of the energy, all the food, all the nutrients away from your plant." I can't tell you. I went down there and I was angry, and I started pulling the weeds out of around my plant. Well, make a long story short, my plant grew. Now, I didn't prune it. I didn't get into any of that. But it grew, and then I saw the flowers. And then I saw the baby tomato. And then at harvest season, I had about 30 tomatoes on my plant. I was just so excited that when we took one and I ate it, it was just like the most delicious thing I ever had, because I took care of it. It was my baby. And then I took the rest of them and I had a little wagon. You know that black wagon? Mine was a little tiny red wagon. And I put all the tomatoes in that red wagon. And I brought them to my neighbor, my wagon. I said, knocked on the door. I said, would you look one of my tomatoes? I grew them. And I was so proud and so happy to give it to them. What I learned from that one summer stayed with Uncle Glenn now as a senior in his life. And I never forgot it. And I've always had a garden, never one as big as this, but I always had something that I was growing. And he said, well, why tell you that story? Well, it's a nice story, yeah. Because when I come here in this garden, it is a place that I'm able to get on my knees, get my hands in the soil, brings back wonderful memories. I get to pray to my God and thank Him for all that He has given to me. And I remember the very small things in life. And I also see the weeds in my own life that I've had let grow and let get out of control and let take away the nutrients and the best that I could have been, because I allowed those weeds to grow in my life, the sins of my life. I'm a flawed man. I'm a regular guy. But I could tell you, it taught me to remember that when I see something in my life that shouldn't be in my life, oh, look at that, thank you. Ah, thank you. I just remember that if I let this get out of control, it's going to take away the nutrients that can make me the best person that I could be. So there's a lot to this, farm to table to soul. And I'm just sharing with you what I share throughout the season. And you'll be getting little different stories. But see, I got off on a tangent. And I want to show you the last thing, Darlene. All right? I started this by telling you I'm sitting on this bench. And my daughter saw her old man, her daddy, struggling about 6 years ago, pulling weeds out of the garden. And for Father's Day, she bought me a bench. And it folds up. It had pockets where I could put pocket hanging, where I could put my shovel, my claw, my scissor, whatever tools I needed. It had another cushion. And I went into the garden with it, and it was so great. Not because I could sit on it, but because I could flip it over and I could kneel on it. Now, I want to tell you something. Uncle Glenn has titanium hips. Both of my legs have appliances in them, all right? And I have difficulty getting up and spending a lot of time. So if anybody has any knee problems or hip problems or back problems, you know what I'm talking about. But these hips work great. It's a godsend that I had it done, and that medicine was able to give me the ability to walk again and to be able to run, hike, ski. I can do it all. The problem I have is when I'm down, and I'll show you. When I have to get down, I have to brace myself, okay? And I go down by bracing myself on one. I brace my arms here, and then I'm able to get my other thing down, all right? So I'm on my knees now. I'm on soft dirt. And it's still, for those of you that are older or have some knee problems, or even if you're younger, you know when you kneel on the cement and you're doing any kind of gardening, how stressful that is. But that's not even the part. The part that's most stressful is me getting up, all right? In order for me to get up in this position, I have to pull my leg up like that. And I need to brace myself with all of my strength and push myself up like that. All right? This was a life changer for me in the garden. This right here, a life changer. I turned it over, I go down, I'm able to brace myself, I get right down, I'm cushioned in my knees, and I can pull my weeds, I can plant, I can prune, I can do everything. And when I want to get up, look at that. Can I get down? I can get up. I can get down, I can get up. No problem. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. So it's a great tool and it's a great gift. I can't tell you the name because I'm not on a promotional live, but I love it so much, and it's 6 years old, it's rusty, but you can fold this up, you can throw it in your car, you can take it to the beach, you can take it to a park, you can put it on your backpack, go hiking with it. It folds right up, it's light, and it's great. It's a great, great thing, not just for the elderly like us or me, but for even young people. Anybody that has a home and they're looking to improve their garden. It's great, all right? Look at that. You would never know if I didn't tell you, okay? So I hope I didn't talk too much. All right, but anybody have any questions about anything? Anybody have any? Yeah, well, listen, age is time. There's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. You know that. That's in my bio. That's my favorite verse in the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 3. A time for everything. All right? Time to be born, a time to die. All right? And the wonderful things that we have at our fingertips that make life easy, these are little miracles. People say, well, this day and age, you know, there's no more miracles. There's miracles every single day with new things that are given to us. New medicines. These are things that God has blessed us with. Blessed us with. So when people say, wow, you know, why aren't there any miracles now? There were miracles when Christ walked the earth. Well, he did it. Well, he was God. But we do have miracles. We have them. We just don't recognize them because we take them for granted. So, anybody that's had an operation or has had something done and it changed your life, your hearing, your sight, hair color. Hey, I'm not old anymore. I got my hair color. Ah! I mean, come on. You know, Yeah, Melissa does an amazing job for us. And Melissa just came, had her daughter's wedding about a week ago, and she said it went wonderful, right? And then she had so much fun. She was probably out partying too much, and she got herself a cold. So she's recovering. But here she is, again with us. All right? All right, my friends. Anybody have any questions before we're out of here? Jen. Yeah. Hey, if anyone is on here also, VJ probably, she had an operation, pretty big one yesterday. So VJ is one of our mods as well. Just send her a quick note. I mean, it's just VJ, it's Vera, and maybe just give her a word of encouragement and love and let her know that we miss her and hopefully she's recovering well. I'm sure she's in a lot of pain today, but in the long run, she's going to be better off for it. So, all right. Yes, please do, Daphne. Daphne, you have to. Hey, Daphne, that's the name of my son's. He got himself a little poochie, and it's called Daphne. So every time I say it now, I got to think of Daphne Jade. All right. I guess nobody. Canucktail! Oh, I love when I see Canucktail here. Yeah. So any. Oh, good. Look at her. That's our Canadian girl. We have a problem with her because I can't have a messenger in a group. I mean, I don't understand. I could show it to you. There isn't much to show you right now. I can show you what we did before we go. There's only dirt. We're improving the dirt. I expanded the garden today. All right. We're not finished with it yet, but I have more work I have to do. So all it is pretty much, I'll bring you back here, give you an idea how big it is now. And we expanded it all the way to the back. Okay? And we started treating the soil, turning the soil. I put peat moss in the soil. I rototilled it in. I put some cow manure in. Yeah, it looks terrible right now. But I can tell you this, when we get done, is going to be not only bountiful, but it's going to be pretty. All right? It's going to be a lot. We're going to have a lot going on here, and we're going to enjoy all of it. It's going to have nice big plants, and we'll do some companion planting. We'll have, we just expanded the garden today. We cut out a lot of the lawn right there, and I'm squaring this garden off. I've got a lot to do, all right? I have I have to work on the yard. I'm growing the grass, making it grow tall, so when I mow it down, I can take those clippings and put them in my soil. And this is our 18-foot fig tree, okay? It's 18 feet high, 18 feet wide. It's completely bare right now, but this will be full. Last year, it gave me close to 1,000 figs, all right? And what I did this year was I just used that rototill and I cut around the tree. I cut into the soil and I dropped some mulch, 2 different colors. I put black in the back and I put some red mulch in the front. And I'll probably, I'm going to clean it up and trim it up and landscape it nice when this is all done. But we have a lot of work to do here. And that's why I'll be in here doing a lot of this work with you. Hopefully you guys will hang out, you'll come along, and you started a lemon tree. Oh wow! Do you need more than one lemon tree? Do you need more than one lemon tree? Like I know a pear. My daughter has a pear tree, but there's only one and never gets any pears. I think you need 2. Don't they have to? Don't some things need 2? I think even apples. Don't the apple trees need 2? Pears, you need 2. Hey, look, Canucktail knows all this stuff. Oh, okay. Okay. For pollination. Okay. I got homework to do. Yes, Melissa. I got to learn, but I don't have any fruit trees anymore. I had an apple tree once. Yeah, Daff. No problem. No problem. All right. Uncle Glenn's going to be on. I'm going to see if I can do a little cooking show today. I may go on the other platform to do it because I'm going to be doing just some prep for tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday I'll have we'll do an Italian dinner. But today I got to do some prep. I may make some breads or some pie dough, some basic stuff, garlic oil, maybe some pizza dough. But I'm going out tonight, so I'm not eating home. I'm going out with the boys tonight. So I'm just going to do a little prep, a little bit, and hopefully you guys will come visit me on the other place. All right? I got a shower. I'm going to guess between 2 and 2:30, and I'll be on for about an hour. And that's it. I'm going to do one thing. So if you guys you're able to, I might be on, in fact, I will be. I'm going to be on the other channel. I mean, on the other platform. Come visit me, say hello. Hit the subscribe. You know what it is. I'm Uncle Glenn, #2 everywhere. So if you can come say hello. This is New York Eastern Standard Time right now is 1:18. So within an hour, I'll be over there. And I'm probably going to do pizza dough to get going, and maybe a pie dough at best. And that's it. And then tomorrow I'll probably be on around 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, between 11 and 12 Eastern Standard Time for our Sunday cooking. I got to make a sauce. If I don't do the garlic oil today, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to do some eggplant parmesan, maybe some calzones, do a bunch of little things tomorrow, and we're going to have a good time. All right? I want to thank everybody that spent your time with me. All right? Thank you. It means the world to me. All right? So I want to thank you for your time, for every heart, for every follow, for every heart me, for every go popular, for every one of those lovely gifts that you guys generously send. And I'm going to take off now, and I will see you again in a little while, clean shaven. God willing.